Hi everybody, I hope you're having a great day. In this video I'm going to be covering Saul. He made his first appearance in Origin 2, issue number 2, that was released in March of 2014. His complete name is Saul Creed, although more often than not, he's just referred to as Creed. And yes, he's the younger brother of the notorious Victor Creed, aka Sabretooth. Saul's exact height and weight are unknown, although it can be seen that he's somewhat smaller than his big brother Victor, and he has green eyes and long blonde hair. Now, because of the strong Creed family genetics and his occupation as a tracker, it can be assumed that Saul has at least slightly enhanced senses, similar to that of an animal, although the exact levels of his strength, speed, and agility have not been addressed. We do know that he has elongated canine teeth in his mouth, as well as having claws on each of his fingertips, similar to his brother Sabretooth. And to top this all off, he has a moderate regenerative healing factor, despite the fact that it doesn't seem to be quite as powerful as that of his older brother, much less the levels of Wolverine. Now, being the child of Victoria and Zebediah Creed, Saul was clearly raised in an abusive family, quite often being pushed around and beaten by his older brother Victor, who's actually kept to the tradition of badly beating his brother every birthday, similar to how he does Wolverine. Sabretooth has a real obsession about getting his birthday licks in. But one year, Victor gave Saul the option to either be beaten or to cruelly drip acid on their sister Clara. So to the excitement of his sadistic brother Victor, he chose to hurt his sister. But Saul and Clara would keep a close bond, and they would eventually leave home, setting out on their own and finding work with a circus owner. During this time is when they would meet Wolverine, who had recently been captured and used as a circus attraction, and was being experimented on by Dr. Essex, aka Mr. Sinister. This would go on for a while, with Saul really not caring about the inhumane conditions Wolverine was kept in, as long as it wasn't he himself who was in the cage. But eventually Clara would develop a soft spot for Wolverine, and despite Saul's doubts, she would convince him to help free Wolverine. They would all then go on the run together, with Clara trying to rekindle Wolverine's humanity. But after Saul saw the feelings that Wolverine and Clara were developing for each other, and feeling as if he was about to lose his closest friend and family member, he would jealously sell them out to Mr. Sinister, who would later be seen invading their safe house and seemingly killing Clara in the process. At this time, Wolverine did not know that she had a low-level healing factor and would wake up later. But in the meantime, Wolverine and Saul would attack Sinister's compound, seeking vengeance for the fallen Clara. This is when it was learned that Saul was involved in the whole plot, and that he was in lieu with Essex to wipe out Wolverine's mind with a special concoction that Essex had made. Despite Clara showing back up and Wolverine realizing that she was okay, Saul and Wolverine would subsequently have a big argument over this Essex mind wipe elixir. Saul stating that Wolverine should take it, and heck, he should take it himself if he was going to lose his sister. At this point, in a fit of rage, Wolverine was happy to oblige, taking hold to Saul and literally drowning him in a vat of the Essex mix, all while Clara was adamantly protesting beside him. As Saul laid there lifeless on the ground, she went in on Wolverine, arguing that she didn't want him to harm anybody any more than she wanted her brother to. She then demanded that Wolverine leave, saying that she now sees him for the cold-blooded individual that he really was. Months would then go by, and we'd see Victor coming around to torture his brother Saul on his birthday. But this time Clara would tell Victor that Saul was where he couldn't hurt him anymore, claiming that he was dead and out of his reach. But it's very interesting that as Sabretooth walked off, he said his baby brother Saul was dead without his permission, and then seemingly questioned this, saying, "I don't think so." Now, due to his assumed powers and abilities, and his influence on the Marvel Universe thus far, for my 1 to 10 rating, I'll give Saul Creed a rating of 3, which is a rating of proselyte. I hope everyone enjoyed this video. I'll talk to you next time. Be sure to like, subscribe, and join the new Sage.